Video number 2, early in the morning, 6 a.m. If this weigh-in was not a train wreck, this weigh-in was the most trash weigh-in I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. So it started about 35 minutes late. All right. When it came on, none of the fighters were ready to go on stage. So they did a concert. They had two rappers come out, but it wasn't like they had light shows. It wasn't like they had hype men. It wasn't like they had females, dancers, nothing. It wasn't set up like a concert. It wasn't set up like anything really. It just was your two rappers out there on stage. It looked like a high school talent show. That's how they put it on. Like it was horrible. It looked horrible. It was trash. The audio was trash. Like, it was just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Then they go off stage. And the rappers were Freddie and I believe it was Young Dolph. I'm not sure. I was listening to it in my car. I couldn't see it. Well, I saw it on my cell phone screen, but it was real small. So I really couldn't see their faces. But I know it was Freddie. I believe the other rapper was Young Dolph. And like I said, I couldn't make out their face, but I believe he said his name in his verse. So those were the two rappers. And like I said, not bad rappers, just a horrible setup. Horrible setup. It looked like a high school talent show. Fuck it. It looked like a middle school. Fuck it. It looked like an elementary. Fuck it. It looked like a kindergarten talent show. It was horrible. It was horrible. Horrible. Then, like I said, once that ended, it was about another 10 minutes before the first fighters came across the stage. Of course, one of the fighters busted weight by a pound. Then they brought out the second set of fighters. And of course, the second fighter coming through, the second iteration of fighters, another one busted weight by 4 pounds. Then they had to wait another 5 minutes to get Santa Cruz to come out. They come out. Then Deontay Wilder and Ortiz come out. Deontay Wilder has lost weight again. He's back below 220 pounds. I don't know what's going on with his weight. I really don't know what's going on. But the advantage that Wilder's going to have is that Ortiz came in much lighter. Ortiz is normally in the upper 240s. He came in at like 236, I think it was. So you had Wilder at 219, Ortiz at 236. So the weight kind of tips more towards Deontay Wilder because Wilder, although he's not as heavy as he was in his last fight against Brazil, which I was expecting him to come in heavier because he actually visually looks bigger than he did. The weight difference isn't that great, so it's not really going to benefit either man. And here's the thing. I was watching something on YouTube. I can't remember what announcer was speaking because I'm half asleep and I just want to put this video out because I didn't put out videos yesterday. The guy was talking about that Deontay Wilder's like built like a stick figure, but he still has all this massive power and everything like that. And then you have other bigger guys, and I think it was Freddie Roach actually with Radio Raheem, and because they were talking about, he was asking about how Andy Ruiz, he felt about him losing weight, and Freddie Roach agreed with what I said a long time ago, that it's horrible. He shouldn't lose weight. Who gives a fuck what people think about what you look like? If you can move that fast and that big, you should stay that weight. So I think that's where they brought up Deontay Wilder being real small and hitting hard. And here's the thing. Deontay Wilder is very teeny for 6'7". However, I think the average man's weight is 180 pounds. So when you get around 200 pounds, you have enough body mass to knock people out. And the taller you are means the more torque you have, especially because he's so wild with his punches. So he's coming way back and he's just slinging them things. So because he's coming so far back and throwing his arms so wild, even though he is extremely small for his height, he's still 200 plus pounds, which equivalates to he can still knock you out. Now, if Wilder was to go over into like the MMA world where you could really use your strengths, he would get balled up with ease because 219 pounds at 6'7" would be very easy to scoop. So like in a street fight, if you get, well, you'd have to be a bigger man and strong. But I'm just saying a bigger, stronger man can be able to put Deontay Wilder on his ass with ease because he just doesn't have enough weight on him. Whenever Wilder fought Fury, Fury was bodying him with ease. And Fury's not even a strong guy. I don't even know if Fury trains for strength at all in any aspect. But he was pushing Wilder around the entire time they were fighting. Which is, after that fight, Wilder was somebody he needed to put on weight, and he put on weight. And he's still bigger than he's been because he normally run at 214, 215. So he's still up a few pounds, but he's lost weight. So I don't like it. To me, Deontay Wilder's most devastating, fastest, real hard-hitting knockout was on Brazil, where he came in the heaviest. Muscles don't slow you down. I'm not going to go back through that. The only thing that slows you down is when you get oversized for your body frame. So it doesn't per se have to be muscle. You can be fat and slow. The only difference is with muscle, you can carry more weight than you can carry fat because muscle's a lot denser. What do I mean by that? If you have a guy who's 260 pounds of muscle, he's going to be smaller mass-wise than a guy who's 260 pounds at the same stature of pure fat. Muscle is dense, fat isn't. So with muscle, you have room to be heavier than a fat person and still be mobile. It's when you get too bulky for your height that the muscle becomes an issue. When you can no longer put full extension on your punches, when you're moving slower, but muscles actually speed you up. If you look at track runners, I brought this up before in the past, and I'm not going to go too in depth in this again, but sprinters are faster, and they're all built like little miniature bodybuilders. They're very lean, high muscle, fast twitch, explosion. The idea that muscles doesn't make you more powerful is ridiculous, because if that be the case, then how is it, why is it that anybody who starts working out gets stronger as their weight goes up? As their muscles get bigger, they're getting stronger. In boxing, if your muscle size, because you can look at little guys like what's on the Deontay Wilder card, which I don't even know if I'm gonna buy this fight anymore because I don't care to see the little guys fighting. They don't have one decent sized person. But if you look at the little guys, like take Manny Pacquiao as an example, because he's very lean, very muscular. Manny Pacquiao is more powerful at 140. I think he comes around like 146 normally. He's more powerful at 146 than he was at 110 pounds. So the idea that muscles doesn't make you more powerful is ridiculous, because if that be the case, Manny Pacquiao should only be weighing 110 pounds fighting guys 140 pounds. See, where people get mixed up is they see heavyweights like Deontay Wilder. He's only 219 fighting guys who are 250. Well, look at how much of a weight difference that is. And then they see guys like 110 pounds fighting guys 118 pounds, and they're like, oh, he can't compete with them. But it's different. When you're that small, the weight gain matters more. When you're over 200 pounds, it doesn't matter as much. Although it can make you better, especially if you're tall, it can make you stronger, and it can actually make you faster. When you have 200 pounds, like take Andy Ruiz as an example. 260 pounds, he's got a good bit of muscle on him, but a whole lot of flab on him too. But because he's moving that fat so fast, you saw what he did to AJ. It's not, it's about body weight. So I'm trying to explain this while I'm half asleep. Again, once you get over the 200-pound hump, you have the ability, if you know how to throw a hard punch, throw a punch right, you're going to create enough force to where you can shut somebody's brain off when you hit them. When you're 110 pounds and you're moving up, you don't have that same type of power. Yes, the little dudes, like going back to Manny Pacquiao, I had a bunch of knockouts when he was small, but those aren't normally knockouts off of one punch. Those are accumulation of damage. It's barraging people, and when you barrage enough, it's like shaking a baby. You can kill a baby by shaking it because it's causing brain damage by the brain moving back and forth. So when you hit somebody enough, eventually the lights will shut off. Whether it's hard punches or soft punches, you hit somebody in the head enough, they can go down. But when you get up to the big boys, to the man weight, shouldn't say that because that's kind of disrespectful to the lower boxers. But when you get up to the big boy weight, any punch can end you by any of these guys who actually know how to throw punches. Now you got soft punchers at any weight, you got hard punchers at any weight, but the norm is the average is that once you get over 200 pounds, you can create enough force off of your punch to put somebody down. And that's the difference in the lower weights. That's why in the lower weights, weight is a lot more important than it is in the heavyweights. Mike Tyson is one of the hardest punchers to ever step into the squared circle. And he was only 220 pounds. He was the same weight as Wilder, but way shorter. Way shorter. He was what, 8 inches shorter? Because he was 5'11". So it is what it is. People can believe it. People can't believe it. But again, I will say, if muscle slows you down, then Roy Jones Jr. shouldn't have been as fast as he was. If muscle slows you down, Evander Holyfield shouldn't have been as fast as he was or be able to last as long as he did. If muscle slows you down, Mike Tyson shouldn't have been moving like a fucking lightweight. Nobody ever talks about Mike Tyson's speed. It's overshadowed by his power, but his speed is the reason why he could land his power. And he was built like a brick house, especially after he came out of prison, but even before. Even as a kid, at 13 years old, he looked like a grown-ass man with muscles. It doesn't slow you down. It's the way you train. And for Wilder, I wanted to see him bigger. I don't think it's going to matter in this fight because Ortiz lost so much weight to try to get in endurance shape. And I don't know if that's going to help Ortiz in this fight. Ortiz, to me, needed to come out stronger and put the pressure on Wilder early and blow his low within the first 5 rounds, because no matter how hard at this age he trains, he's still going to dwindle off in the later rounds. So him losing the weight advantage or, giving back weight advantage, it's dumb to me because he's only got 5 rounds to beat Wilder in. That's it. If he doesn't hurt Wilder within them first 5 rounds, he's going to lose. Now, could he knock Wilder out in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th? Possibly, but what I'm saying is within the first 5 rounds, he's got to hurt Wilder. Because if he doesn't hurt him at all, then there's no way he's going to knock him out past the 5th round in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. He will not be able to knock him out because his age is already there. Him losing weight is not going to help him. He's already aged. He's endurance-wise done. There's nothing they can do to him in the gym that's going to give him rejuvenation. Again, I think that Deontay Wilder will win this fight, but I don't know. I've just been rambling on because I'm half asleep. And again, like I said in the other video I just put up, I will be going live at 2 p.m. today. So if you want to talk to me, this is the time to do it. I'm not expecting to get a lot of people because all these videos were supposed to come out yesterday, but I wasn't able to put up a video. So I'm sorry about that because I'm trying to drop videos every day. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all think. And if y'all like, man, look here, Tony's Reviews, you need to wake the fuck up. Because you just rambled for way too long. You just rambled about nothing. It was good in the beginning, but then you just kept rambling. Like I'm rambling right now about rambling. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out.